Hello and welcome to another edition of El Rancho Leaders in Education. I'm Dr. Marco Villegas, the proud superintendent of the El Rancho Unified School District, and today I'm going to serve as a facilitator and host of our wonderful podcast. We're very happy to be here today because today we're going to have an opportunity to really brag about El Rancho, to talk about the many great things happening in our school system. And for that, we have three of our fantastic students, and I'm going to ask for them to introduce themselves. So to my left, if you could introduce yourself, please, and your grade.
Hi, my name is Yoslyn Tejeda. I'm in 11th grade.
Hi, my name is Jesslyn Martinez, and I am in 10th grade.
Hi, my name is Juliana Gonzalez, and I'm in 10th grade as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And now being now in high school, I know you've had a lot of experiences here in our district, and I know how you feel about our district and the wonderful things that have been happening here. And really, we're in a very special time in the history of our Rancho Unified School District with so many wonderful things happening in our schools, construction projects, and so many wonderful things that we can talk about. So I'm going to ask you to start the conversation with responding to this. What makes El Rancho Unified School District special?
I think what makes our school district so special is our community, how we have such a strong support system. You know, we see a lot of our high school sports, they get sponsored by our businesses, local businesses, and it's really nice to see them just come together. A lot of our events are filled with not just parents of students, but we see alumni at, big games such as like our football games. We see a lot of alumni come together. We see them on the field. We see them cheering, and it's we even see the younger youth football cheerleaders, and it's nice to see not just the current support system, but the up and coming, as well as the ones that are alumni and they've already graduated and left, and it's nice to see them come back and support not just the high school, the elementaries, and everyone really.
That's awesome. And you referenced the football game. Our football team, making it to the CIF finals, first time in so many years, I think 25 years. And I happened to go to that game, and I saw what an outpouring of support we had, where we had 3/4 of the stadium that was away was us. And we've had long driving caravans. It was really amazing to see that. But that's a testament of the kind of community that El Rancho Unified School District is. And it's not uncommon to see politicians and just community leaders participating in the activities of the El Rancho Unified School District. So, someone else.
I think what makes Rancho special is the staff members. I feel that they care a lot about our students, and we have so many programs that can help our students improve, like the College Career Center and our Wellness Center. I feel like the staffs here just hear out the students and how they feel, and they just want to improve a lot, and they really do care about what we have to say and take feedback, which is really important.
I think the students make a big impact, and because our students here take opportunity of all the stuff we offer, like the dual enrollment and like those sports and everything, and all the students here are all like friends, and we all have a big community, and we all come together when needed, and also when we don't need it, like we're all together and close. Excellent.
I think you're absolutely right. You mentioned the community. We heard about the staff and the students all combined make it a great place to be. So my next question would be, like I started saying earlier, a lot of great things have happened this school year. And actually, for the last few years, I think we can say there's a kind of a array of many, many successes that we've had. But what are some of the highlights that you think you remember? What has been a highlight for you as you're coming up in our schools?
I think one of the biggest highlights from our school year was our NPR games. I think it's just amazing seeing everyone come together and seeing all the school spirit. Also, just the amount of work that ASB puts into the decor, and I just think it's amazing how everyone from each grade just comes together, even when we lose and win some. I just think it's amazing how we're all so happy and just continues to support each other, and it's just amazing, and I think that everyone should just continue coming to these games.
I think that also, like how she said, like the school spirit and the NPR, like I'm seeing like the the football field, that's a big highlight of our year. Like the new facilities, and then also how you guys were saying earlier, the football, like how we made it so far into our division and our season. And then also like the cheer team, like everyone was like, we all came together, and then they were like so high into like how they won and everything. And then also like how we got with Whittier, like that was a good like highlight of this year.
Awesome. Anything you want to add?
My favorite highlight has to be the bus drive over to our final football game. It was so cool to see like all the parents, their windshields were with marker with their their kids' number, and El Rancho, and just drawings and support. And there was no way you would be able to take a nap on that bus, because every 5 seconds you would hear honking and cheering, and it's really cool to see that. And even as soon as we got there, they were already tailgating. They were there before the team, and I remember walking onto the track and hearing someone from the other school say, "Dang, the whole Pico Rivera city's out here." And I remember just being proud of that, to be able to be a part of it.
That is awesome. True community spirit and a lot of great things. And I know you guys are being a little bashful, but I mean, some of the great things as well, like the graduation rate. We have over a 96% graduation rate at El Rancho High School. That's really an amazing feat. Higher than the state, higher than the county in terms of the average. So that's really amazing. Our academic decathlon team, being 5th place in the state, that's no joke. And so really wonderful things happening at El Rancho Unified School District. Taking back, and I was going to ask you to just think back to your years of all your years here at the district, not just at the high school. What comes highest as your favorite memory? What's your favorite memory, if you were to think of that?
My favorite memory of the school district and being in this district is how close I am with my teachers. Like ever since I was in elementary, I've always had that one teacher I've been close with, and she's always helped me. He or she has always helped me throughout my school career and everything. That's my favorite memory of everything.
Difficult. There's a lot of memories that I cherish, but one that I feel was most inspiring for me was in elementary. We had our El Rancho graduates walk through the hallways, and us cheering them on. Whoever attended McGee, they would go and they would do their walkthrough and say hi to old teachers. I think that was honestly one of the first favorite memories, because I remember thinking dang, these kids are so old, I don't know if I'm that's crazy that I'm gonna be a kid walking through these hallways again. And it's weird to think that I'm gonna be going to a different school. I'm gonna go to another middle school, and then I'm gonna eventually go to El Rancho. So I think that was probably one of my first favorite memories, to see the graduates when I was probably in 3rd grade walk through the hallways with their cap and gown on. I think it inspired me to, want to do the same and keep my education going, so I can be one of those graduates inspiring another little kid in elementary.
That is awesome. Anything to add on that one?
I would have to say that one of my favorite memories is the 2024 graduation. I just think it's really beautiful. It was very emotional, especially everyone's speech. And it was really sad seeing everyone go, but I just think it's so amazing seeing everything that everyone accomplished, and seeing all those people who have graduated A through G and have honor roll, and it just made me feel excited to be one of them when I graduate next year. And it just made me think how much we have short time here, and we should just be spending it doing things that we want to do and pushing to do better.
That is awesome, and I think you're right. Time goes by so fast. I mean, when we're looking at it, where we are in the year, this year is almost really on towards the end of the year now. We're finishing up soon, and it's important to recognize that memories are happening all the time. In every moment that we have, it's one of those things that we have an opportunity. Now, one of the things that you are in is in the Superintendents Advisory. So I'm going to ask you to tell us just in a blurb a little bit about the Superintendent's Advisory and how that benefits you as a student and how that might benefit the school as well. Anyone want to go first?
With the superintendent advisory, everyone has a voice, and the superintendent and the principals from Rancho and Salazar really get to hear your voice and hear what you have concerns of. And it benefits the students because you get to have a better future in the school. And especially like when you're having your whole lifetime in the school district, like that's a good thing. And then the superintendent and then the staffs and then everyone gets to benefit from it because they know how to get better and know how to improve their work ability.
Standing.
The Superintendent Advisory Board is honestly, it's a really cool opportunity where El Rancho students and Salazar students, we both come together and we are working to just continue making the school better, and we talk about our vision of what our most important goal is, and just right now we're working on missions to get to that point because it's obviously a longer process and we just want to keep bettering every day. But it's really nice to be able to speak to the principals and the superintendent, who's obviously very busy and has multiple schools to cover, but it's nice to have him come to the high school and speak with us for the day, and it just shows that our voices are heard and that our words are taken into consideration.
That's awesome. And your voices are heard and really taken into consideration as we make choices. Anything you want to add to that?
What we do in the superintendent meeting is that we talk about different ideas of the way that we can improve the school. We even include Salazar, and I like how we both talk about how we can include them and different ways that we can ensure that they are part of ERUSD. And I like how everyone's so respectful and here's the things that we have to say about our school, and it's very judgment-free. I definitely do think that people should come and see what it is and to voice their opinions. This can help, this benefits the school because we are also students here talking about problems that we think that we have in this school and also just things that we do like about this school, and we just find ways to improve.
Awesome. No, thank you very much. And I really do appreciate your participation in the superintendent's student advisory because it does provide the real thing. We really want to make an impact on students, and hearing from you makes it real, actually. My last question. If you were to encourage someone to come to El Rancho Unified School District, what would you say to them? What would you say that would make them want to come to El Rancho Unified School District? Who goes first?
I think I would tell them about just the different events that we have. I think it's just very different from other schools. Many other schools don't have a lot of spirit like we do for our events, and I think that's so amazing, and I think that's something that people should come and experience. I also think our connections with other colleges can make people want to come because we have connections to Rio Hondo like no other school does. And I also think our clubs we have a lot of clubs that are for Latinos, like Spanish Club and Latinos Club. And I just think that's very nice. So many Hispanics would want to come here because they feel welcome. And yeah.
I would encourage them to know about our graduation rate, and as well as our dual enrollment. I've taken a couple classes through Rio Hondo, and it's been really easy going. We have the staff in the college and the Career Center that help you along the way, make sure you get all the signatures you need, and it's really easy to sign up. There's plenty of courses, whether you're retaking or you're interested in a certain topic that they have, whether it's online or across the street, that you could take. And it's honestly really inclusive because, you always know, if you want to ever go to Rio Hondo, you kind of already know like how the system works, and it's good to know. We also have our like CTE courses. I know yesterday we had a bit of a lunchtime get to know about CTE. And we have multiple courses. I know MedCore is one, and Sports Med, and I think it's nice to have those in case you're interested in going into those fields. I would also tell them about our new facilities. I think a lot of people are interested in sports once they come into high school. I know I didn't really do much sports before, but as soon as I got to El Rancho, as soon as I came, I wanted to jump into one. And so it would be nice to tell them how we're getting a new field and our new swimming pool, and like all of our baseball, softball fields are being, redone. And yeah, I would let them know that there's a big support system when coming in here, and I don't think they'll ever feel like alone at El Rancho. Whether it's a teacher, the students, they're always there to support you.
Justin, anything else?
I would say, like how everyone was saying, that the dual enrollment and like all these academic opportunities, but also the community here, like everyone's close. If you need help with something, then you always have someone there to help you. And that the teachers, like if you don't feel safe, let a teacher know or let someone know, and they'll make sure you're safe. Because here in El Rancho, we do have a safe community. Everyone's safe. Everyone feels loved. Everyone has that one person that they could depend on. If it's a friend, if it's a teacher, if it's someone in the office, if it's someone in the career center, everyone has someone here in El Rancho. And that's what makes us special. And that's what makes me stay here in El Rancho and not go to somewhere else, because I love the community and like how it feels in here and the energy.
That is awesome. Well said. And we've come to the conclusion of our podcast. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. And it's really wonderful to hear the highlights that you've shared about your school and the pride that you have and the things that not everybody knows. The facts that, like you mentioned, the graduation rate. You can come into our schools and graduate high school and have an AA degree, and that can happen. You can get out with a whole bunch of college credit. We have the IB program, we have AP classes, we have the CT, track, and all of these academic options. Of course, our academic decathlon team doing so well. We have the sports complex that is really wonderful, one of the best sport complexes you will see in any high school. So really excited about that. And we have many, many other construction projects happening throughout the district. So like you said, so many wonderful things happening in the Rancho Unified School District. I really hope that people out there get a chance to come, visit, and really see for themselves. Because one of the things that you kept saying, I kept hearing, the special thing about El Rancho is the people and the teachers and the people care. And I think I put down here that you feel safe and you feel loved. Where else can you say that? Thank you so much for being part of this podcast. Once again, looking forward to our next podcast on Leaders in Education. Thank you very much.